I'm gonna tell you if your zodiac sign was on the naughty or nice list this year. Okay, first up we have Aries. Immediately naughty. I know you let your rage get the best of you, but I love you. You're iconic. Okay, next we have Taurus. Taurus is gonna be on the nice list. They were very calm this year, which is good. Okay, next up we have Gemini, which is my sign. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to put this at naughty. Okay, we were just a little bit too wishy-washy to be nice. Next up we have Cancer, the best friend sign. And hello, they're gonna be nice, okay? Next we have Leo, and I know Leo's gonna be so mad at this, but they're gonna be on this naughty list for sure. Okay, I'm so sorry. Next we have Virgo, the overly honest sign. You know, sometimes the truth hurts, so I'm gonna have to put them on the naughty list. Next we have Libra, super social, super caring and sweet. They're gonna be on the nice list. Next we have Scorpio. Now Scorpio, y'all broke one too many hearts to be on this nice list, so go ahead and get to that naughty list. Next we have Sagittarius. Now, normally they're on the naughty list, okay? But they've been promoted. They've been so good this year. We're gonna put them on the nice list. Next, we have Capricorn. Now, they aren't overly friendly, but they were sweet and stayed in their lane, so the nice list. Next, we have Aquarius. Usually on the nice list, but this year I am so sorry, my loves. Y'all are on the naughty list, okay? And last but not least, we have the lovely Pisces, staying as lovely as ever. So let's just go on ahead and keep them on this nice list. Okay, so these signs got some lovely gifts for Christmas, and these signs, got some coal, okay? Today, I'm gonna be ranking the zodiac signs based off of how long they would survive in a horror movie before getting murdered. At the bottom, we have Cancer, Sagittarius, and Aquarius. Now look, I love y'all so much, but y'all are definitely tripping on something or going the wrong way or accidentally falling on top of a knife. Like, something's happening. If you want to know exactly how you would die in a horror movie based off of your zodiac, just go to the Astra app and ask it, and it will literally give you an in-depth retelling. Okay, next we have Taurus, Libra, and Leo. Now, these three signs, they're very social signs, so I think that they would survive if they didn't have the fatal flaw of going back for their best friend who is not surviving, and they're gonna end up being the sacrifice. Okay, next we have Capricorn, Pisces, and Gemini. Now, these three signs are incredibly intuitive, but I think they're gonna be the Rue in the Hunger Games archetype, where when they die, everybody's like, no, oh my gosh, no. They were definitely the comedic humor of the movie. In third place, we have Aries. Aries is someone to not be messed with, so the murderer is not gonna wanna mess with them. In second place, we have Scorpio. Now, Scorpio's crazy. They aren't holding back on nothing. Okay, they are going to run for the killer themselves, and the killer's probably gonna start running. And number one is Virgo. I don't know how, but they're gonna find a way to survive. If it means betraying a friend, if it means outsmarting the killer, they're gonna survive. They're gonna be the cockroach, okay, of the zodiacs. Anyways, that's my ranking. I hope you don't get hashtag slaughtered in a horror movie. Kisses. Today, I'm going to be giving the zodiac signs a Thanksgiving dinner seating chart so that there's no arguments, no fights, and everybody comes out alive. Okay, to start off in the middle, we have Gemini, Pisces, and Aquarius. Now, these three, they're going to get along great. Gemini loves being in the middle, and Aquarius and Pisces are going to be chatting it up. And next to Gemini, we have Taurus and Cancer. Now, Taurus is going to want to bring up something crazy, but hopefully Gemini and Cancer will be like, oh, change the subject. Okay, I want to tell you all about this feature that I used for today's video too, where I literally asked the Astra app to write me a scenario of the zodiac signs at Thanksgiving dinner, and it literally did. Like, you can ask it to do anything you want. Like, go try it out, please. Okay, at the head of this side of the table, I gotta have Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio is gonna give that parent energy, like, don't bring up something crazy, don't do it. Like, they're gonna keep the peace. On this head of the table, I had to put Virgo, because Virgo is gonna keep the peace on this side, and also they probably organized this whole entire thing. They love organizing stuff. Okay, these three right here are gonna be Sagittarius, Leo, and Libra. These three, okay, Sagittarius and Leo are gonna be going crazy, but Virgo will hopefully rein them in. And then Libra in the center is gonna be the ultimate peacekeeper. They are going to hold this family together with their bare hands. And last but not least, I put Capricorn and Aries. Now, Aries is also going to be bringing up some crazy stuff, but I put them next to Scorpio so that Scorpio can invoke the fear of God into them. And then I put Capricorn on the other side of Aries because they're just here to be chill and eat. And so hopefully Aries will consume some of that energy. Okay, y'all, be honest with me. Let me know in the comments. Are y'all surviving this Christmas dinner? How many controversial topics will be brought up? The zodiac signs just had themselves a party, but someone got kidnapped. Who was it? Libra. So if y'all know a Libra, I guess y'all don't anymore. Anyways, who are they last seen with? Taurus. I can't prove it yet, but I know Taurus knows something. Anyways, who volunteers to be the investigator? Gemini. Gemini has amazing intuition. They got this on lock. Quick little side note, I just used the Astra app's newest feature to tell me a story about Libra getting kidnapped and Gemini being the investigator, and it said they would excel with flying colors. Alright, back to business. Who is suspect number one gonna be? Let's see. Virgo, I agree. Virgo would 100% kidnap a Libra. Are we kidding? Anyways, who is the second suspect? Sagittarius. Virgo and Sag, yeah, they would. But let's see who Gemini ends up arresting. Aquarius! Y'all, Aquarius is also an air sign like Libra. I don't know if they did it. Who was the kidnapper? Gemini! Wow, I mean, y'all know what they say, Geminis are two-faced, but who is their accomplice? Scorpio. Y'all, Gemini and Scorpio is the deadliest combo you could have, but who gets revenge? Leo. Leo gets revenge for Libra being kidnapped, and justice is served. So if you're a Libra, go and thank your Leo friend. We are back with another Zodiac murder mystery, where one of the signs got murdered. Who was it? Aries! Oh my gosh, I mean, rest in peace. But who found the body? Aquarius. Okay, I know Aquarius needs to go to therapy after finding that body, but who is our investigator? Pisces. Pisces is always the investigator, and they have great intuition, but who's their first suspect? Leo. Leo, a murderer? I don't know if I see it, but then I asked the Astra app to write me a story about Leo murdering everyone, and they said they would get away with it flawlessly, so, okay. Now it's time for our second suspect. We have Leo for sure, and who's the second one? Cancer. So we have Leo and Cancer, but who ends up getting arrested? Like, who is too shady? Taurus. So Taurus is locked up behind bars, but was Pisces right? Who was the murderer? Virgo. But Virgo did not work alone. Which sign helped them out with this murder? Scorpio. Virgo and Scorpio are a deadly combo, no pun intended, but who gets revenge? Libra. Libra always saves the day, y'all. Like, Libra served justice and locked Virgo and Scorpio up. Okay, so everyone say thank you, Libra. Alert! One of the Zodiac signs was just taken and kidnapped. Which sign was it? Capricorn! So Capricorn has been hashtag snatched. Anyways, who were they last seen with before they got snatched? Gemini! Y'all know they say Gemini has two faces. I am one, I can say that. But anyways, who is our investigator? Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius has amazing intuition. They got this. Now it's time to see who their first suspect will be. Who do they think kidnapped Capricorn? Libra. I looked it up on the Astro app today. I said, is Capricorn and Libra a good match? They said, hey, there's some trouble there. So there might be some trouble in paradise. Let's see who their second suspect is going to be. Let's see. Scorpio. Okay, I am surprised on this one. I would not think Scorpio would kidnap Capricorn. Now it's time to see who gets arrested for this kidnapping. Who ends up getting locked up? Pisces. So everyone's saying goodbye to Pisces. They're getting locked up. Anyways, who is the actual kidnapper? Virgo. I'm surprised because Capricorn and Virgo are both earth signs, so this is betrayal. Anyways, who knew about it and didn't say a thing? Sagittarius. I do have to say, Sag would make a good accomplice, but who gets revenge for Capricorn? Taurus. Taurus, the other earth sign, saves the day. This is just poetic. We have ourselves a murder mystery. Which of the Zodiac signs was just murdered? Sagittarius! Everyone say rest in peace to Sag. Anyways, who were they last seen with before they met their fate? Pisces. So that's a little bit suspicious. Anyways, who is our investigator going to be? Aquarius. Okay, they have amazing intuition and they're also really intelligent, so they got this. Also, I just wanted to let y'all know, I just used the Astra app to write me a story on what would happen if Sagittarius was killed in a murder mystery, and look, it literally wrote me an entire story. It's so cool, you have to check it out. Alright, now it's time to see who is Aquarius's first suspect going to be. Who is it? Gemini. I agree, they are two-faced. I mean, I can say that I am one, okay? Now it's time to see who the second suspect is going to be. It's Gemini and Leo. Gemini and Leo, yeah. Alright, now it's time to see who ends up getting arrested. Did Gemini and Leo end up getting locked up? Cancer. Oh, Cancer gets arrested. Oh, okay. So me personally, I'm a little confused, but who is the actual murderer? Let's see. Scorpio. Whoa. So I was not expecting that one, but who knew about it and didn't say anything? Aries. Whoa. Never trust Aries and Scorpio. Anyways, who gets revenge for this murder? Libra. Libra is literally known as the peacekeeper friend sign. They, of course, were gonna get revenge. What did y'all expect? Welcome to a Zodiac murder mystery where one of the Zodiac signs has been murdered. Cancer, rest in peace. Well, I guess we are only down to 11 Zodiacs. Anyways, who were they last seen with? Pisces. Okay, Pisces knows something. All right, now it's time to see which sign will be the investigator. It needs to be someone really smart. Okay, Scorpio. I just looked it up today on the Astra app. I said, does Scorpio have good intuition? And it told me they do. So what do? I trust Scorpio. Now it's time for our first suspect. Who's our first suspect going to be, Scorpio? Aries. You know what? I agree. Aries would so murder someone. Anyways, who is our second suspect going to be? Virgo. So Aries and Virgo are our suspects, but who ends up getting arrested for this murder? Aquarius is arrested. So it looks like Aquarius has been locked up, but who is the actual murderer? Libra. So Libra murdered Cancer. Okay, who knew about it and didn't say it? So Libra murdered Cancer. Okay, but who knew about it and didn't say a thing? Gemini. Gemini would. They are so fake. Love them. And our last question is, who gets revenge for this murder? And our last question is, who gets revenge for this murder of Cancer? Sagittarius. You know what? Sagittarius saved the day. This is the seating chart I would give the zodiac signs on a fall road trip. Okay, our driver is just gonna have to be Virgo. They're gonna get us there fast, quick, and in a hurry, and they're reliable. Alright, in shotgun we have Libra. Libra's gonna play everyone's favorite songs, and they're just gonna be such a good time. You need to have someone who's chill in the front seat. Also, I gotta let y'all know about this app called Astra. You can literally download it and ask it anything you want about astrology, and it will answer every question you have. Like, I literally asked it to write me a story on the zodiac signs going on a fall road trip, and this is what it said. It's giving a whole detailed story. Like, y'all gotta go check it out. Okay, next in this row, I have Aries, Cancer, and Leo. Now, these three signs are strategically put next to each other so that they can talk to each other and not go crazy with everyone else. Okay, they're gonna be recommending songs, watching a movie, listening to music, looking out the window. Like, it's a fun time. In this row, we have Taurus, Gemini, and Pisces. These three signs are gonna be gossiping with Gemini there. They're gonna be having so much fun. They're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to do this. They're gonna be planning the whole trip. And last but most certainly not least, in the back, we have Capricorn, Scorpio, Sagittarius, and Aquarius. Now, these four signs, there's actually one of each element here, so they're gonna blend each other out perfectly. They're gonna be watching some movies, they're gonna be playing Minecraft, I think some video games maybe. Overall, here's my seating chart. Comment down below if you agree, and comment which signs you would want to sit next to on a road trip. Did you know that every zodiac sign has an opposite sign? Well, this is who would win if they fought each other. First, we have Aries versus Libra. Now, both of these signs are extremely powerful, but Libra knows when to act, and Aries is sometimes impulsive, so I'm gonna go with Libra. Next, we have Taurus versus Scorpio. Now, Taurus is someone that you do not want to make mad, okay? They hold grudges for life. But Scorpio, they love a grudge, okay? So I think Scorpio's gonna win. Speaking of fights, I just used the Astra app's new feature where you can ask it to write you stories, and it wrote me a story about the zodiacs fighting, and oh my gosh, it is some juicy tea. Y'all gotta check it out. Next, we have Gemini and Sagittarius. Now, both of these signs care a lot about what people think about them, very social and people pleasers. But Sagittarius is led by fire, which is very ambitious, and Gemini is led by air, which is very calculating and strategic. So I'm gonna have to go with Gemini. Next, we have Cancer and Capricorn. Now, both of these signs are very in tune with their emotions, but Capricorn doesn't let anyone know where they stand, and you can kind of read Cancer like a book. So I'm gonna go with Capricorn. Next, we have Leo and Aquarius. Now, both of these signs have an extreme pride. They love to be the best, as they should, but I do think that sometimes Leo flies a little bit too close to the sun, so I'm gonna give it to Aquarius. And lastly, we have Virgo versus Pisces. Now, both of these signs love to have control over themselves, their friends, and their image. But what differs is that Pisces is able to adapt a lot more, while Virgo is very stern in where they stand. And I think adaptability is why I'm gonna give Pisces this win. Okay, Capricorn was hosting a fun little birthday party for Christmas, but this sign got murdered. Leo! So Leo has literally just been stabbed in the back. But who found the body? Pisces. Poor Pisces, I know they freaked out after finding that body, but who is our investigator? Capricorn. Capricorn is really smart, okay? So who is their first suspect gonna be? Taurus. Taurus and Leo notoriously do not always get along. I even asked the Astra app to write me a story about if Taurus would kidnap someone, and look, it literally did. So just ask the app, I guess. All right, now it's time for our second suspect. We have Taurus as our first, but who's the second? Sagittarius. So we have Taurus and Sagittarius. Who ends up getting arrested by Capricorn? Let's see. Aquarius. Aquarius and Leo are opposite signs, so this makes sense. But who was the murderer? Virgo. Oh! Oh, wow. Okay, well, who is the accomplice? Scorpio. And our last question of the day is, who gets revenge and saves the day? Cancer. Cancer gets revenge and locks those two suckers up. Okay, so Leo's death is avenged, okay? I mean, thank God. This is who would win if all of the zodiacs fought their opposite zodiac sign. First, we have Aries and their opposite sign, Libra. Now, both of these signs can be very emotionally manipulative, but the difference is Libra knows how to be manipulative and not get caught. So I'm gonna have to go with Libra on this one. Next, we have Taurus and Scorpio, both signs who love to overthink interactions, but Scorpio does it in a way where they act on it. Taurus will sometimes sit on their emotions, so I gotta go with Scorpio on this one. Next, we have Gemini and their opposite sign, Sagittarius. Now, I actually used the Astra app to help me out on this one because both of these signs are so similar, but they told me that Gemini is much more analytical while Sagittarius is much more emotional, and I'm gonna go with the analytical, so Gemini. Next, we have Cancer and Capricorn, both people who love to keep to themselves when it comes to like being organized and being like prepped and ready for anything, but I think I am gonna lean more towards Capricorn on this one. Next, we have Leo and Aquarius. Now, I love both of these signs so dearly, but sometimes Aquarius can get too riled up, so I'm gonna have to go with Leo. And last but most certainly not least, we have Virgo and Pisces. Both of these signs love to be very articulate and punctual, and they also love to be very serious about things that they hold very serious to themselves. But I think I'm gonna go with Pisces because they're the most dynamic. Request and you shall receive. This is going to be Taurus versus all of the zodiac signs and who would win. First, we have Taurus versus Aries. These are both very similar signs when it comes to holding grudges, so I'm going to go with Taurus on this one. Next, we have Taurus and Gemini. Now, these two can be besties or enemies. I'm going to go with Gemini. Next, we have Taurus and Cancer. I love Cancer so much, but I'm going with Taurus. Now we have Cancer and Leo. Now, I did have to ask Astra, the app, for help on this one, and they told me that Taurus would be winning this one, so I'm gonna trust it. We're going with Taurus. Now we have Taurus versus Virgo. Virgo is very blunt, and I don't know if Taurus can handle it, so we're gonna go with Virgo. Now we have Taurus and the lovely Libra. I'm actually gonna go back to Taurus on this one. Now we have Taurus and the crazy Scorpio. I love you, Scorpio, though, but I'm gonna go with Taurus. Now we have Taurus and Sagittarius. Sagittarius is that crazy fire energy that I don't know if Taurus can keep up with, so I'm going to go with Sagittarius. Now we have Taurus and another earth sign, Capricorn. I'm gonna go with Capricorn. And now we have Taurus and a lovely Aquarius. I love y'all so much, but I'm gonna go with Taurus. And last but most certainly not least, we have Taurus and a Pisces. I'm gonna go for the upset here and go with Pisces. One of the 12 zodiac signs has been taken and kidnapped. Who was it? Let's see. Taurus. Now there's only 11 zodiac signs, but who were they last seen with before? Libra. You know, I'm starting to think Libra knows something, but who's our investigator? Cancer. Ooh, you know Saturn's entering Aries right now, and this is actually making Cancer have great leadership skills, so this is working out. Also, I used the Astra app to tell me all of that. You gotta check it out for yourself. Now let's see who Cancer is going to decide is our first suspect. Virgo. Y'all know Virgo is a shady sign. Okay, let's see who our second suspect is, though. Leo. Leo and Virgo both would do that, yeah. Now it's time to see who does Cancer end up arresting behind bars, locking them up. Sagittarius. Y'all, I'm a little scared to look. Oh my gosh, was Sagittarius the murderer? Were they right? Oh, it was Aries. What did I say? Aries is having a moment right now, but they did not work alone. Oh, Gemini helped them. Y'all know what they say. They're two-faced. I mean, I can say that because I am one, but you know. And our last question is, who gets revenge and saves Taurus's life? Aquarius. They would. Aquarius is always there to save the day. So if you're a Taurus out there, you better thank your best friend Aquarius, because they did that. Okay, you asked and you shall receive. This is what would happen if Pisces fought all of the zodiac signs. First, we have Pisces versus the hot-headed Aries. I'm actually gonna go with Pisces on this one. Now we have Pisces versus the stubborn Taurus. You know, I'm actually gonna go with Taurus. Now we have Pisces versus Gemini. Now, Gemini is crazy. I can say that because I am one, but I'm gonna go with Pisces. Now we have Pisces and their fellow water sign Cancer. I actually used the Astra app to see who would win this one, and the Astra app told me that Cancer would win it. Now we have Pisces versus Leo. Leo is a great competitor, but I think Pisces breaks them, so Pisces. Now we have Pisces and the lovely Virgo. I'm gonna stick with Pisces. Now we have Pisces and Libra. Now this is a very close one. I'm actually gonna go with Libra on this one. Now we have Pisces and Scorpio. Scorpio is crazy, y'all. You do not want to get in a fight with them, okay? So I'm gonna go with Scorpio. Now we have Pisces and the lovely Sagittarius. I'm going back to Pisces. They got this one. Now we have Pisces and the legendary Capricorn. I'm gonna stick with Pisces. And last but most certainly not least, we have Pisces versus Aquarius. I'm actually gonna go for the upset here and go for Aquarius. Y'all, Pisces did a great job. Let's give them a round of applause. Now comment down below which sign you want to see fight all the zodiacs next. It's time to figure out who just got kidnapped at the Zodiac Halloween party. Pisces! Okay, so this sign realized that Pisces was missing first. Who was it? Virgo. Virgo said, "Where's my girl Pisces? Where's she at?" Alright, now this sign rose their hand and was like, "I'll be the investigator and crack the case." Sagittarius. Okay, I know that's right. Okay, now it's time to see what our first suspect is. Who is it? Okay, Scorpio! Oh my gosh, I literally looked it up in the Astro app who would be the most likely to kidnap Pisces, and it literally said Scorpio and Cancer. Alright, now it's time to see who our second suspect would be. Who is it? Who's our second suspect? Aquarius. Okay, who gets put behind bars for this kidnapping? Who ends up getting arrested? Aries! Okay, so Aries was arrested, but who is the actual kidnapper? Who was it? Libra! I am so surprised Libra would kidnap Pisces, but who knew it was Libra and didn't say anything? Leo. And our last question is, who finds Pisces and sets them free?
Gemini found their bestie Pisces and saved the day, and justice was served.
One of the zodiac signs just got stabbed in the back and murdered. Who was it? Leo! Oh, I guess we only have 11 zodiac signs now. Let's find out who found this body, though. Who was walking and saw Leo dead on the floor? Libra. I know Libra was scared when they saw that body. Okay, who is our investigator gonna be? Pisces. Okay, they have amazing intuition. This is perfect for them. Our bestie Pisces has a ton of work to do. Who is their first suspect gonna be? Oh my gosh, this actually makes sense because Mars is conjuncting Pluto right now, which is making Aquarius act out. I mean, they're going a little bit crazy. It's actually affecting all the signs. So all y'all need to go check the Astro app and see how Mars is affecting you right now. Okay, so we got Aquarius dealing with all that, but who is our second suspect going to be? Gemini. You know what? Aquarius and Gemini, yeah, they would. All right, now it's time to see who this Pisces end up arresting, locked up behind bars. Sagittarius. Oh, okay. I'm a little bit shocked on this, but let's see. Who was the murderer? Virgo! Virgo and Leo do always have a rivalry, but they didn't work alone. Who helped them out? Aries was the accomplice? Wow. I mean, I'm gagged. Our last question of the day, though, is going to be who solved this case? Capricorn. Capricorn saved the day, got revenge, solved the case. Done is done. Thank you, Capricorn. Leo was having a birthday party when one of the signs got murdered. Virgo! So everyone sent their condolences, but who found the body? Aries. I know Aries screamed a scream so loud, it was crazy. Okay, who's the investigator? Capricorn. Capricorn keeps on getting the investigator. I guess they're just really smart. Anyways, who's our first suspect? So Leo is our first suspect. Okay, well, I actually did just ask the Astro app to write me a story about if Leo was a murderer, and they said they would get away with it. I mean, look at it. All right, now it's time to see who Capricorn's second suspect is. We got Leo as our first, and Sagittarius is the second. So Capricorn thinks a fire sign did this. Okay, well, who ends up getting arrested? Gemini. Wait, so I'm a Gemini, so this is really not too cute. Okay, but who was the actual murderer? Libra. Y'all were too busy thinking about Gemini to clock Libra, but who was the accomplice? Cancer. So the two kindest signs, Libra and Cancer, did this. So who gets revenge? Taurus. I mean, y'all know what they say. At the end of the day is, you know, another day. Y'all know the rest. So everyone out there, just thank Taurus for saving the day. I mean, y'all really did your big one. Today, I'm going to be ranking the zodiac signs based off of how mean I think they are. Pisces is one that's kind of in the middle. Like, they won't ever forget anything that you do to them, but they're also really sweet, you know? Cancer. Okay, Cancer is a complete sweetheart, easily top 3. Like, that's it. Aquarius, also in the middle, like Pisces. I'm going to put them at like a 7. Just don't make them mad, okay? Now we have Aries. Now, this is interesting because I would usually put Aries in the top 3, but Neptune is now entering Aries right now, which is making them kind of calm down and be kind of sweeter. So I'm actually gonna put them at like a 5, I think. Also, you can check the Astro app and see how the Neptune entering Aries phase is affecting you yourself too. Okay, also Taurus. Taurus is usually seen as stubborn and mean, but I kind of think they're just protective. So I'm gonna put them at a 4, okay? Because I like that energy. Sagittarius, a true people person. I'm gonna put them at a 3, okay? Ooh, we got a lot at the bottom to do. Okay, Virgo. Virgo is extremely blunt, okay? Just extremely blunt. They're gonna tell you how they feel when they feel it as it is, okay? Next, we have Gemini. I wanna put them at a 5, but we only have 1 and 8, so I'm gonna put them at an 8, because y'all love to say we're two-faced. Now we have Scorpio. I love y'all, Scorpio, but y'all are about to be down there next to me at this number 9 position. And let's see who the nicest is. Libra. Oh my gosh, this is actually perfect. Libra is like the nicest sign. They love peace. Like, this is perfect. Okay, let me know how I did. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments. This is who would win if Leo fought all of the zodiac signs. First up, we have Leo versus Aries. Both fire signs. Aries is known to be crazy, but I'm gonna go with Leo. Next, we have Leo and Taurus. Poor Taurus, but it was never close, y'all. Leo mopped them. Next up, we have Leo versus Gemini. Now, this is like top 3 craziest matchup. I mean, these two signs are so similar, it's crazy, but I'm gonna give the edge to Gemini. I think Gemini barely wins this. Next up is Leo versus Cancer. Now, I would normally go with Cancer on this one, but the Astro app told me that Saturn is entering Aries right now, which is going to affect Cancer in like a negative way a little bit. So I think I'm gonna go with Leo. Also, y'all better check that Astro app to see how it's gonna affect you too. Next up is Leo versus Virgo. I do think that Virgo knows exactly how to hit them hard, so I'm gonna go with Virgo. Now we have Leo versus Libra. Libra is just a crazy social sign, and Leo gets a little bit taken aback by that. So I think think Libra's gonna get them too. Next, we have Leo versus Scorpio. Scorpio is just all around crazy. You don't want to mess with them. I'm gonna go with Scorpio. Now we have Leo and Sagittarius. I'm actually gonna have to go with Leo on this one, even though Sagittarius is like crazy. I do think that Leo's, losing streak comes to an end here. I think that they get Capricorn good. Next, we have Leo versus Aquarius. These two are opposite signs, so anything can happen. I am gonna give the edge to Aquarius though for today. And last but most certainly not least is Leo versus the lovely Pisces. Pisces, it was beautiful knowing you, my friend, but I do think that Leo is going to just get this one. Okay, so overall, Leo did really good. Okay, like a round of applause for them. Like, it's hard, okay? I'm about to rank the zodiac signs at how good I think they are at lying. At the bottom, the worst liars I have to say are actually gonna be Aries, Cancer, and Taurus. Aries is too impulsive. They're gonna tell a lie that doesn't even make sense. Cancer is gonna feel really guilty and own up to it. And Taurus is so stubborn and blunt, they don't even try to sugarcoat to lie. Next up, we have the signs that are okay with lying. We have Virgo, Sagittarius, and Capricorn. Now, Virgo is gonna be so detail-oriented, they're gonna end up over-explaining themselves, and then they're gonna get caught in the lie. Next, we have Sag. Sag is so unserious. They're gonna be telling the lie, and in the middle of it be like, okay, girl, like they're gonna start laughing for sure. And then Capricorn, I did use the Astro app to tell me that Saturn is entering Aries right now, which is affecting Aries, Capricorn, a lot of other signs as well. And so I think that Capricorn would be actually a little bit better than they would. So I think they could tell a lie. Also, pro tip, go check out the Astro app to see how Saturn entering Aries is gonna affect you, because it's crazy. Next up, we have some signs that can really sell a lie. We have Leo, Aquarius, and Pisces. Leo is sometimes gonna overdo it with their overperformative self, but overall, it is a believable lie. Next, we have Aquarius. Aquarius shows hardly no emotion when lying, which makes it at the start believable, but sometimes they lack a little bit of that humanness when they lie, so I'm gonna put them at 5. And next we have Pisces. Pisces is number 4, actually so close to top 3 because sometimes Pisces be believing their own lies, okay? It's a little crazy. In third, we have Libra. Libra is an amazing liar, but here's the difference between them and other liars. They do it for like the greater good of their community. If two friends are fighting and there was a lie that they could tell to stop it, they would tell that lie. And in second place, we're gonna have Scorpio. Scorpio is a crazy good liar. They are very good at being secretive and manipulative and calculating, okay? But they don't lie that often. They are very, very blunt, but if they were to lie, you would never know. And finally, we have the liar final boss, Gemini. Gemini is known for their duality. They'll sometimes say something false and then something true and then interweave it together so that they both sound true. Like, they are amazing at it, like pro editors of lying.
Y'all wanted another Zodiac murder mystery? Well, here it is. Who died? Let's see. Pisces! So, rest in peace, Pisces. But let's find out who they were last seen with, okay? Sagittarius. Now, this is shady. Now, let's see who our investigator is going to be. Who's gonna crack this case? Scorpio. You know what? They have amazing intuition. I believe in them. Now, let's see who their first suspect is. It's gotta be someone who isn't compatible with a Pisces. Virgo. Virgo and Pisces are literally opposite signs. I looked it up on the Astro app today. They told me everything they need to know. Yep, it's Virgo. Now it's time to see who our second suspect is. Who else could have done it? Aries. So we have Virgo and we have Aries as our suspects, but who was arrested? Leo. So Leo has been locked up, but who is the actual murderer? Capricorn. But y'all, Capricorn did not work alone. Who knew about it and didn't say a thing? Libra. And our last lovely question is, who gets revenge for Pisces? Who saves the day? Taurus. I know that's right. Taurus said, you are not gonna get away with this, okay? And justice was served. Y'all, one of the zodiac signs was just murdered. Okay, who was it? Scorpio. Rest in peace, Scorpio. So Scorpio's gone. Anyways, who are they last seen with? Okay, Aries. Okay, so Aries was last seen with them. Does anybody else think this is a little shady? All right, now it's time to see who our trusted investigator is going to be. Who's gonna crack the case? Pisces. Okay, Pisces has amazing intuition. They got this. Also, if you love astrology, there's this fun, amazing app called Astro. It can basically do anything. Like, I asked it to write me a story about what would happen if Scorpio got murdered in the murder mystery, and it literally wrote me one. Okay, back to the story. Who does Pisces think is suspect number 1? Who's suspicious? Aquarius, I agree. Aquarius would murder someone. But anyways, our second suspect is going to be Leo. Again, I agree. But now it's time to see who ends up getting arrested, locked up behind bars. Okay, who is this? Gemini! Why'd they lock Gemini up? That is crazy. See, I'm a Gemini and I'm upset. Anyways, who was the actual murderer? Virgo! Y'all, I'm shocked, but Virgo did not work alone. They had an accomplice, and who was it? Libra! Wow. Libra is so wrong for working with Virgo. But anyways, who gets revenge? Cancer. Cancer gets revenge, serves justice, avenges Scorpio's death. Like, this is, wow, poetic. One of the zodiac signs was just kidnapped. Who was it? Let's see. Virgo! Oh my god. So Virgo has been abducted, but who were they last seen with before? Sagittarius. Okay, so Sag needs to be questioned because that's suspicious. But who is our investigator? Pisces. I swear, Pisces is always the investigator, I swear. Anyways, who's their first suspect? Libra. Okay, y'all, so I used the Astro Apps feature to write me a story on if Libra would kidnap someone, and y'all, it says they would get away with it with ease. Okay, back to this. Our second suspect is going to be Taurus. I'm not gonna lie, I would not expect Libra or Taurus, but who gets arrested? Cancer. So Cancer is locked up behind bars, but who actually kidnapped Virgo? Leo. Oh wow, I did not know Leo and Virgo beefed like that, but who is the accomplice? Gemini. Gemini and Leo work together to kidnap Virgo. Y'all, Gemini and Leo is a deadly combo, but who gets revenge for this? Scorpio. Scorpio saves their best friend Virgo as they would and serves justice, and now Leo and Gemini behind bars. So I guess thank you, Scorpio. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for a Zodiac murder mystery. Who got stabbed in the back? Virgo. Somebody was out to get Virgo, but anyways, who found the body? Taurus. I know Taurus had a heart attack walking up on that dead body, but anyways, who volunteers to be the investigator? Leo. Leo is very good at pleasing people, so hopefully they'll please us with finding out this murderer. Also, quick little side note, you can use Astra's new feature to write stories for you. So I literally asked it to write me a story about Leo being the investigator for a murder mystery, and it literally wrote it out for me. Okay, back to this tea. Who is Leo's first suspect going to be? Libra. Okay, so apparently Libra's been shady, but who is their second suspect going to be? Cancer. I'm gonna be honest, I don't see Libra and Cancer murdering someone, but who ends up getting arrested? Aries. Okay, so I do think Aries is the murderer, but was I right? Who was the murderer? Pisces. Y'all, Pisces had us all fooled. I am shocked, but who was their accomplice? Aquarius. Pisces and Aquarius is a deadly combo, no pun intended, but who gets revenge? Gemini. So Gemini ends up serving justice, setting things straight, and locking up Pisces and Aquarius in jail. Rightfully so. Everyone say thank you, Gemini.
One of the zodiac signs was just murdered at a Halloween party. Who was it? Virgo! Okay, now we need to find out who they were last seen with before they met their demise. Who was it? Cancer. Okay, Cancer knows something. They're shady. All right, now it's time to find out who our lovely investigator will be. Who will crack this case? Aries. Aries has great intuition. Also, I used the Astro app to look up how Virgo would be murdered in a murder mystery, and look what it says. Like, go try it out. It's so fun. Okay, now it's time to see who our first suspect is. Who does Aries think is suspicious? Aquarius. And our second suspect is going to be, let's see, who is it? Libra. So we have Libra and Aquarius as our two suspects, but who is... So we have Libra and Aquarius as our two suspects, but who ends up getting arrested and locked up? Leo! So Leo has been locked up and taken away, but who was the actual murderer? Taurus! I was not expecting that at all. Wow, but who knew about it and didn't say a thing? Sagittarius knew it was Taurus and didn't say anything. All right, now let's see who gets revenge and saves the day. Who is it? Scorpio. Amazing. I knew they could do it. This is what would happen if Gemini fought all of the zodiac signs. Who would win? First, we have Gemini and Aries. Now, Aries is someone you don't want to mess with, but Gemini is the CEO of messing with people, so Gemini wins. Next, we have Taurus and Gemini. Taurus is the ground. They are so grounded and stern in what they stand in, and Gemini does not compat with that, so Taurus wins. Next is Gemini and Cancer. Cancer is too pure for this world. Gemini, they're messing them up. Gemini wins. And I know you're probably wondering, Daily, how do you know this? Well, I asked the Astro app to tell me a rundown of who would win in these matchups, and it literally did. Like, y'all gotta try it out. Next is Gemini and Leo. Leo is the most similar to Gemini, okay? But I think that Gemini wins because of that. Next is Gemini and Virgo. Now, Virgo is also very stern like Taurus is, but Virgo can get rage baited, and Gemini loves to rage bait, so Gemini. Next is Gemini and Libra. They are both probably the two most social signs, and I think that Libra beats Gemini in this. Next is Gemini and Scorpio. Scorpio is so crazy energy, and Gemini's crazy too.
But I think Scorpio wins this. All right, now we're back to Gemini and Sagittarius. These two are opposite signs, so they're very similar, but also very different. I think that Gemini wins this. Now we have Gemini versus Capricorn. Capricorn is also a grounded sign, the opposite of what Gemini is. But I do think that Gemini takes the win in this. Now we have Gemini and another air sign, Aquarius. Now these two are very similar. I do think I'm gonna go with Aquarius on this. And last is Gemini and Pisces. Pisces is sweet, loving, kind, considerate, and Gemini can be that half the time, but the other half they are not. So Gemini wins. All right, y'all, let me know in the comments which sign y'all want to see fight all of the Zodiacs next, okay? Welcome back to a Zodiac sign award ceremony where I tell you which sign is most likely to, you know, do all this stuff. First up, we have most iconic, and this is just gonna have to be Gemini, okay? This next award is the Don't Mess With award, and this is with ease going to Scorpio. Okay, do not mess with them. I'm warning you. Next, we have the Smartest Sign Award. Now, this has actually been debated for a while, so I had to go to the Astro app and ask them what they thought, and they told me that Aquarius is the smartest sign. Next is the Most Charming Award, and this is gonna have to go to Libra. I mean, they are just such a sweet talker. Next, we have the Boldest Award. Now, this one is going to be Aries. They are so bold. They do not care. Like, they're gonna do whatever they want. Like, watch out for them. Next is gonna be the Most Funny Award. And now, there are some signs that can compete in this, but overall, the winner is Sagittarius. The Most Successful award is gonna have to be Virgo. Virgo will stop at nothing to be successful. Like, mark their words. The Best Friend award is gonna have to be Taurus. Taurus is someone who is going to be super loyal and listen to all of your crazy rants. The Most Popular award is gonna have to be Leo. Now, are they actually the most popular, or do they just think they are? That's still up for discussion, but we love them nonetheless. Next, we have the Prettiest Sign. Now, obviously, everybody's gonna look different, but I think the prettiest soul and spirit is gonna be Cancer for sure. The Most Artistic sign is gonna have to be Pisces. They always love to have an artistic side to themselves. And last, the most leader-like is gonna have to be Capricorn. Capricorn loves it their way or the highway, and they think that they can do things the best. I mean, for the most part, they can. Anyways, congrats on your awards, guys. I am so, so proud of you. Welcome to a Zodiac murder mystery where one of the Zodiac signs was murdered, Aries. So if you're an Aries out there, you just been murdered, okay? RIP. But anyways, who found the body? Leo. I know Leo was scared out their mind when they found the body. Anyways, who is our investigator? Pisces. Okay, Pisces has amazing intuition. I do think that they're also pretty smart, so I believe in them. Also, real quick, I have to tell you about this amazing new feature that the Astro app has where you can literally ask it to write you stories like how I did here, where I literally asked it to write me a murder mystery story, and it did. Okay, enough yapping, back to this story. Who is our first suspect going to be? Gemini. Gemini with 100% murder Aries, okay? And the second suspect is going to be Aquarius. Gemini and Aquarius, both air signs, oh yeah, they would murder a fire sign. Now it's time to figure out who gets arrested for this murder by Pisces, okay? Taurus. Pisces bestie, I hope you were right. Was Taurus the murderer? Who was it? Sagittarius. So Sagittarius just didn't get caught? Okay, who knew about it and didn't say anything? Virgo, okay. So, Sag and Virgo definitely would murder someone, but who gets revenge? Capricorn. Okay, so we lost one Zodiac with Aries, and now we lost Sagittarius too, because Capricorn got revenge, trust and believe. One of the Zodiac signs got kidnapped on Christmas. Who was it? Taurus! Well, Taurus did not have a very Merry Christmas, it seems. But anyways, who are they last seen with? Libra. Libra needs to be questioned quickly. Anyways, who is our investigator going to be? Capricorn. Capricorn is extremely grounded. I trust them. Okay, who's our first suspect? Virgo. Virgo and Taurus are both earth signs, but I would not put it past Virgo because I just used the Astro app to tell me a kidnapping story using Virgo. And woo, Virgo is ruthless. Y'all gotta check it out. All right, now it's time to see who is Capricorn's second suspect going to be. Let's see. Cancer. So we have Virgo and Cancer as our suspects, but who ends up getting arrested? Aquarius. So Aquarius is locked up behind bars. But anyways, who was the actual kidnapper? Aries. Aries and Taurus always have a rivalry. I could totally see them doing this, but who was the accomplice? Sagittarius was the accomplice and knew about it and helped Aries execute this plan. Not the fire signs ganging up on Taurus. Anyways, who saves the day? Leo. Whoa, a fellow fire sign ratting out and serving justice to their other two fire signs, Aries and Sag. The fire signs are having a little civil war. This is crazy. Well, it is nice to see that, you know, Taurus ended up surviving Christmas. So I guess if you have a Taurus, let them know that you love them and that you missed them while they were being kidnapped. This is who I would think would win if the Zodiac signs fought their opposite sign.
First, we have Aries and Libra. Now, Aries and Libra both know how to hit someone where it hits hardest. They know people's flaws, but I'm gonna have to go with Aries because Aries never gives up. Next, we have Taurus and Scorpio. Now, both of these signs will hold a grudge like no other, but Scorpio, oh, they believe in revenge. Also, fun little side note, the Astro app has this feature where you can literally like write stories on it. I literally asked it today. I said, write me a fight scene between Taurus and Scorpio, and it literally gave it to me. Like, isn't that so cool? Next, we have Gemini versus Sagittarius. Now, these two signs love to go crazy with it, but I'm gonna go with Gemini because they are controlled and articulated chaos, while Sagittarius is kind of crazy. Next, we have Cancer versus Capricorn. Both of these signs really try to keep to themselves as much as they can, but I'm gonna have to go with Cancer, surprisingly, on this one, because I think Capricorn just might get a little bit too cocky when the time comes. Love you, though. Next, we have Leo and Aquarius. Now, both of these signs have an ego of sorts. Okay, I love them now, but I think Leo's ego is going to get more in the way than Aquarius is, so I'm going to go with Aquarius. And last but not least, we have Virgo versus Pisces. Both signs who it is their way or the highway. Now, in this situation, I'm going to have to go with Pisces just because Pisces is more adaptable. Anyways, comment down below what your thoughts are on who I chose to win these fights, and yeah, see y'all later. One of the zodiac signs was taken and kidnapped at Leo's birthday party. Who was it? Aries. Y'all, moment of silence for Aries. Okay, next, who were they last seen with? Aquarius. Okay, so raise your hand if you're sus of Aquarius. I think we're all raising our hands. Anyways, who's our investigator? Taurus. Okay, Taurus is gonna crack this case. I believe in them. Their first suspect is gonna have to be someone who would not be compatible with Leo. Sagittarius. Okay, Sag could be compatible with Leo. They're both fire signs. And now for our second suspect, let's see who it is. Will Taurus be right? Libra. Now, Libra and Leo are not as compatible. I looked it up on the Astro app where you can type in like both signs and see how compatible they are, and it was not given. All right, now it's time to see who gets arrested and locked up for this kidnapping. Cancer. Wow. So I'm not gonna lie, I don't think it's Cancer, but anyways, who is the actual kidnapper? Let's see. Pisces. Wow, so it was Pisces the whole time, but who knew and didn't say a thing? Gemini. Gemini was working with Pisces on this one, okay. And our last question of the day is who gets revenge on Pisces for this kidnapping? Virgo. Virgo said, you're not about to hurt my bestie Leo like that. So I guess justice was served. One of the zodiac signs was just taken and murdered. Who was it? Leo. Well, I guess there's only 11 zodiacs now, but who found the body? Let's see. Scorpio. I know Scorpio was shaking whenever they found that body, but who is our investigator gonna be? Aries. Okay, to be honest, Aries does not need to be wasting their time solving a murder because they have bigger things. Neptune is entering Aries right now, and that is gonna mess up everybody. So you need to check out in the Astro app how it's going to affect you. All right, but moving on along, who is Aries' first suspect going to be? Libra. I agree. Libra has been acting shady, but who is our second suspect going to be? Pisces. Okay, so we have Libra and Pisces, but who gets arrested for this? Aquarius. Aquarius wasn't even on my radar. Okay, who was the actual murderer? Taurus. Aries, unfortunately, you were wrong. But who was the accomplice? Gemini. Gemini and Taurus were working together. Y'all, that is a deadly combo, no pun intended. But who gets revenge for these murders? Cancer. Cancer is the loving best friend sign, and they will always serve justice, trust, and believe. So if you're a fellow sign out there, thank Cancer for solving this murder. Y'all wanted more? Well, here is more. This is what would happen if Cancer fought all of the zodiac signs. First, we have Cancer versus Aries. This is a tough matchup, but I'm actually going to go with Aries on this one. Next, we have Cancer versus Taurus. This is a hot-headed matchup, very compatible people, but I'm going to go with Cancer. Now we have Cancer versus Gemini. Now, I'm a Gemini, so I can say this, but Gemini is two-faced and crazy, but we also love them. So I'm going to go with Gemini. Now we have Cancer and Leo. Now, I had to do my research on the Astro app for this one, but it said that Cancer would win, so we're going to trust Astro and go with Cancer. Now we have Cancer versus Virgo. I'm going with Cancer. Now we have Cancer versus the lovely Libra. I'm going to go with Libra. And now we have Cancer versus Scorpio. Both water signs, a crazy intense matchup. I'm going to trust Scorpio with this one. Now we have Scorpio versus Sagittarius. Now this is a crazy matchup, but I'm going to go with Cancer. Now we have Cancer and their opposite sign, Capricorn. Opposite signs love to be very similar, yet polar opposites. I'm going to go with Capricorn. Now we have Cancer versus Aquarius. I love Aquarius so much, but I'm going with Cancer. And last, but most certainly not least, we have Cancer versus the lovely Pisces. I love you, Pisces, but I'm gonna go with Cancer. Welcome back to another zodiac sign murder mystery where one of the zodiacs was
Murdered. Aquarius! Y'all, Aquarius has passed away, rest in peace. But who are they last seen with? Aries. Okay, Aries was with them before they met their fate, and I think they know something. Now it's time to see who our trusty investigator will be. Who's gonna crack this case? Okay, Cancer. I believe in them. They got this. I want to tell y'all about this new feature that the Astra app has where you can tell it to write you stories, and it literally will. Like, I asked it to write me one about a murder mystery where Aquarius is murdered, and it literally wrote me one. Like, isn't that so cool? Okay, back to the story. Let's figure out who our first suspect is. Let's see. Gemini. Y'all know what they say. Geminis are two-faced, apparently. Anyways, who's our second suspect? Let's see. Taurus. So we have Gemini and Taurus as our two suspects, but who ends up getting arrested for all of this? Pisces. So Pisces has been hashtag locked up, but who is the actual murderer? Virgo. I really cannot say I am surprised, but who was Virgo's accomplice? Who knew about it? Capricorn. Capricorn and Virgo, those earth signs, they are shady. Anyways, who gets revenge? Libra. Libra gets revenge and saves the day. I mean, this is perfect. I also want to tell y'all about this fun new feature where if you go into my bio and click join my bulletin board, you can help me decide what type of videos I want to post next. I'm going to be posting polls and life updates where y'all can interact with me. So yeah, feel free to join. I'm about to tell you the top 6 best zodiac duos. Okay, at the bottom we have Cancer and Pisces. Okay, Cancer and Pisces are both emotional friends that help each other and really care about each other. In 5th, we have Gemini and Libra. Probably the two most social signs. With them, I mean, this is social royalty. Like, step aside, this is Regina and Gretchen from Mean Girls. In 4th, we have Virgo and Capricorn. Both very stubborn and down to earth, but very grounded and sure of themselves. And with them, big things are gonna happen, okay? In 3rd, we're gonna have Aries and Sagittarius. Both fiery signs, but if they use that fire together, oh, steer clear of them. They are fearful. Run away. In our 2nd place, we're gonna have Scorpio and Taurus. Both of these signs are very protective of their friend group, so they'll be very protective of each other. And if you cross them, oh, those two will hold a grudge like no other. And number 1, we have Leo and Aquarius. Okay, they're taking the crown on this because these two are the two most driven signs, I think, ever. Okay, these two, they're gonna be president and vice president one day, okay? Anyways, tell me how you think I did. And let me know what you think. Are these good duos? Do you agree? This is who your Greek godly parent would be based off of your zodiac sign. First up, we have the zodiac sign Aries, who is easily going to be paired with the Greek god Aries, who's the god of war. And Aries has a temper problem, god of war, it fits. Next up, we have the lovely Taurus, who is going to be paired with Demeter, the goddess of agriculture and grain. Now, both of these people are very soft and sweet on the outside, but you do not want to mess with them because they are so stubborn, like, do not mess with them. Next up, we have Gemini. Gemini is going to be Hermes, the god of travel and trickery. I mean, Gemini's personality is all over the place, and that's what Hermes is, you know? Next up is Cancer. Now, I'm actually going to say that their godly parent is Hestia, the goddess of the family and hearth, because Cancer is like the heartbeat of every friend group. Next up is Leo, and Leo is easily Apollo, the god of the sun and archery and music and the arts, and y'all know the rest, you know? So Leo obviously thinks that they're the center of the universe, and so does Apollo, you know? Love them both, though. Next up, we have Virgo, and Virgo is going to be Athena, the goddess of wisdom and strategical warfare, because Virgo is blunt like no other. They are going to tell you how it is exactly, and they're also a very smart sign, so this fits. Next up, we have Libra, who is going to be Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty. I mean, Libra is literally like the glue to every friend group, and Aphrodite is the goddess of love. I mean, she draws people in like Libra does. Next up is Scorpio, and Scorpio is gonna be Hades, the god of the underworld. They both have this weird charm to them to where they draw you in, but like you're kind of scared of them at the same time. And I think that both of these people exude the exact same thing. Next up is Sagittarius. Now I'm actually gonna give Sagittarius to Zeus, the god of the sky, king of the gods, y'all know the rest. This is because Sagittarius loves to be the life of the party sometimes, but they also love to be in control at the top of the party, which is kind of what Zeus is. Zeus likes to play, but he always wants to be on top. Next up is Capricorn. I'm gonna say Capricorn is gonna be Hera because Capricorns are extremely ambitious and they hate when they are crossed. Like, they are focused on work and work alone, and then everything else can kind of come after it. That's Hera. Next up is Aquarius, and I'm gonna give Aquarius to Artemis, the goddess of the moon and the hunt. Both of these individuals love to be independent. Yeah, friends come and go, family love them, whatever, but they love to be independent when they work because they can only trust themselves.
And last but most certainly not least is Pisces. I'm going to give Pisces to Poseidon, the god of the seas, king of the oceans, you know, because Pisces and Poseidon are both emotional individuals, but they do have like a scary fear about them where you're like, oh, they mean business, you know? So I think that they match up pretty well. Overall, you can obviously be in whatever cabin you want to be in. Like, I'm a Gemini, and I said that Gemini is Hermes, but me personally, I love Athena, okay? Athena's my gal. Feel free to let me know in the comments, though, who your actual godly parent is, though. Do you agree or disagree? Today, we're gonna have all of the zodiac signs fight each other until there's one sign left. Who do you think will win? First up, we have Aries versus Taurus. Now, this is a hot-headed matchup, but I gotta stick with the hot-headed Aries. Now we have Gemini versus Cancer. I'm sorry, but Gemini is just a little bit too crazy for Cancer, so I'm going with Gemini. Next, we have Leo versus Virgo. Now, this is the closest fight we have had yet, but Leo just has a little bit more of that fire in them, so I'm gonna have to go with Leo. Next, we have Libra and Scorpio. Now, this is another close one. So much so that I had to ask Astra, the app, to help me with this. So I asked it, I said, who would win this? And it's telling me that Scorpio would win this fight. Next, we have Sagittarius versus Capricorn. Now, I love Sagittarius down, but Capricorn came to fight and win, and that's what they did. In the last part of round one, we have Aquarius versus Pisces. Now, this is a crazy hot-headed matchup. I think that Pisces barely wins. I think Pisces gets the W. Okay, we're on to round two, final six. First, we have Aries versus Gemini. Now, this is a crazy matchup. Like, Gemini is the two-faced one, and Aries is the hothead. I'm gonna have to go with ingenuity, though. I think Gemini wins. Next, we have Leo versus Scorpio. Now, Leo is that hothead diva that we all love, but I think Scorpio goes a little bit crazy and wins this. And last, we have Capricorn and Pisces. Now, Pisces is that emotional icon that we all know and love, but I think Capricorn silences them, so I think Capricorn wins. Now it's time for our final round of Gemini versus Scorpio versus Capricorn. All right, in third place, I think we have Gemini. I love Geminis, okay? Y'all are amazing, but I think y'all come in third. And now it's time for the runner-up and the winner of this championship. I think that our winner is Scorpio. Yes, congratulations. And Capricorn is a lovely runner-up. But this was my bracket. Comment down below if you agree or disagree.
Welcome to another Zodiac Murder Mystery Log Cabin Edition. Who got murdered? Pisces! So everyone mark your calendars for Pisces' funeral. Anyways, who were they last seen with? Okay, Capricorn was who they were last with before they got murdered. That's suspicious. All right, now it's time to figure out who our lovely investigator is. Who is going to crack this case? Gemini. They have amazing intuition. I believe in them. I have no doubts about Gemini because I literally asked the Astra app to write me a scenario about Gemini in a murder mystery, and it said they would crack that case in seconds. I mean, you gotta trust the app. All right, now it's time to figure out who is Gemini's first suspect going to be. Let's figure this out. Libra. Okay, so apparently Libra's giving some suspiciousness. Okay, who's the second suspect? Leo. All right, so we have our two suspects, Libra and Leo, but who ends up getting arrested for this? Scorpio. I can't lie, Scorpio would 100% murder someone. Anyways, who is the actual murderer? Cancer. Cancer and Pisces are both water signs. Anyways, who is the accomplice? Aquarius. And our last question is who ends up getting revenge for the murder of Pisces? Taurus. Taurus always saves the day, you know? Welcome back to another Zodiac Murder Mystery where one of the signs was murdered. Aquarius! Looks like we're down to 11 Zodiac signs. Anyways, who found the body? Sagittarius. I know Sag was scared to death after finding that body. Anyways, who's our investigator? Pisces. Pisces has amazing intuition. They're gonna crack this case. Their first suspect is Virgo. Before I get to the second suspect, I want to tell you this fun feature that Astra has where you can literally ask it to type you a story using the zodiac signs and it will literally write you one. Like, go check it out. Okay, back to the tea. Who is our second suspect going to be? Let's figure this out. Capricorn. So Capricorn and Virgo, both earth signs, shady. Who ends up getting arrested? Leo. Leo is Aquarius's opposite sign, but who is the murderer? Let's find out. Taurus. Taurus murdered Aquarius. This is insane. Anyways, who is the accomplice? Aries. So Aries and Taurus were working together. Okay. Who gets revenge? Gemini. Gemini gets revenge for their fellow air sign Aquarius, and justice is served. Taurus and Aries are locked up forever. Thank you. Next. Welcome back to a Zodiac kidnapping mystery. Who got kidnapped? Capricorn! Okay, does anyone have Capricorn's location? Who were they last seen with? Aries! So Aries knows something that we all don't. Anyways, who's our investigator gonna be? Scorpio. Okay, great intuition. I think they can solve this case. Speaking of solving a case, I used the Astra app to write me a story about what would actually happen if Capricorn got kidnapped, and it literally did. Like, this is a crazy feature y'all gotta try out. All right, back to the tea. Who is Scorpio's first suspect? Okay, Leo. I agree. Leo is shady, y'all, but Leo's not the only one. Who's the second suspect? Taurus. I also agree. We have Leo and Taurus as our suspects, but who ends up actually getting arrested for this kidnapping? Pisces. I disagree, okay? I just don't think Pisces would kidnap someone. Okay, who's the actual kidnapper? Cancer! I told y'all I did not think it was Pisces, but anyways, who is the accomplice that knew about it? Sagittarius. Okay, so Cancer and Sag were working together. This is not a dynamic duo, so I'm surprised. Our last question is, who gets revenge for this kidnapping? Let's see. Aquarius. Aquarius saves the day. Of course they do.
I'm gonna be ranking the zodiac signs based off of how good of a 2026 they're about to have. At the bottom, we have Scorpio, Capricorn, and Cancer. Now, these three signs could have an amazing year, but they have a lot of work to do. Scorpio has a lot of rebranding they have to do, Capricorn has a lot of responsibilities, and Cancer has some inner work they have to do. Next is Pisces, Virgo, and Taurus. Pisces has some emotional lessons that they need to learn this year, and Virgo also needs to learn how to accept help from others, and Taurus just has some slow growth that's going on. And I know y'all are probably wondering, Daily, how do you know this? Well, I did my research using the Astra app, and it told me everything I need to know about what is upcoming for each sign, so this is how I'm basing the rankings off of that. With this in mind, the next is Aquarius, Libra, and Aries. Aquarius is going through a tremendous, humongous transitional period where they could reap a lot of benefits. Libra this year is finally feeling the balance between their relationships and their work life. It's just all laying out. And Aries is gaining probably the most courage they have in a long time, and I'm going to see a huge success for them. And our top three for 2026 is going to be Gemini, Sagittarius, and Leo. Gemini is going through a complete rebrand right now. I mean, they are reinventing themselves. This is a good year for them. Sagittarius is probably going to be one of the luckiest signs this year for sure. They're coming upon a lot of luck. And Leo, the stars are aligning for Leo. They're about to be the main character, unfortunately. Or fortunately, if you are a Leo.
All the signs were gathered for Thanksgiving dinner, and one of the signs got kidnapped. Cancer! Cancer was kidnapped. Everyone's looking around and they cannot find Cancer anywhere, but who are they last seen with? Taurus. Okay, this is immediately shady. All right, now let's see which sign is going to be our investigator. Who's going to step up? Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio has amazing intuition. Plus, Scorpio's a water sign, Cancer's a water sign. This could be good. Also, fun little life hack. If you use Astra's Ask Me Anything feature, it can literally do anything. Like, write you an entire scenario for a Thanksgiving kidnapping. Like, y'all gotta try it out. All right, back to this tea. Who does Scorpio have as suspect number 1? Who do they think? Okay, Aquarius. All right, let's see who suspect number 2 is. We have Aquarius, and it's gonna be Capricorn. So apparently Aquarius was doing something shady, and Capricorn was even shadier. Anyways, who ends up getting arrested? Libra! Okay, so Libra's locked up, but was Scorpio correct? Was Libra the kidnapper? Gemini! Gemini was the kidnapper? Wow. But anyways, who is the accomplice? Who was working with them? Pisces. Gemini and Pisces is a deadly combo, but who saves the day? Who saves Cancer? Leo! Leo saved the day. You know what? They would. Leo always wants to be the savior, and I guess this time they did it. So congratulations, Leo, and congrats, Cancer, on surviving. Welcome to the 15th annual Zodiac Hunger Games. Who has what it takes to survive? Oh, not Libra. I am so sorry, but you just got chopped first. So Libra is dead, but this sign got stabbed in the back as soon as the game started. Gemini! As a Gemini myself, this is just gonna be devastating, but who gets chopped next? Cancer! Okay, this next sign was doing really good, and then they like fell out of a tree. Aries! Okay, this next sign stepped on a bomb, and then it just kind of went boom. Okay, oh, Leo! Okay, this next sign got into a brutal fight and lost. Capricorn! Okay, this next one set up a brilliant trap, but then got trapped in their own trap. Virgo. Okay, we're down to final 5. All of the signs fought, but this one did not survive. Pisces. Okay, this next sign was literally going to win, and then they ate some poison berries, okay? Oh, Aquarius, I mean, rest in peace. Okay, this next one was going to win, and then the game makers were like, no, they can't. Taurus, they literally rigged them not to win. Wow. We're down to Sagittarius and Scorpio, who comes so close to winning but doesn't. Sagittarius. I mean, rest in peace, Sag, but that means that Scorpio has won the 15th annual Zodiac Hunger Games, so congratulations, you have survived. I know that's right.
Are strange things happening to you right now? Well, I'm going to be ranking the zodiac signs based off of how affected they are by this Mercury retrograde that we're in.
And if your sign is in the top 5, I highly recommend you go down to the Astro app and type in, how is this Mercury retrograde gonna affect me? Because you're gonna wanna know. At the bottom, the most unaffected signs is gonna be Capricorn, Taurus, and Leo. These 3 signs are like, change where? I don't change for nobody. Next up, we have Libra, Aries, and Scorpio. Now, these signs have a little bit going on, okay? They're a little bit stressed out, maybe a little anxious, maybe their workload is a little overbearing, but it's not too crazy. Next, we have Pisces, Cancer, and Aquarius. Now, these 3 signs is where we start to get into it. Okay, weird things are happening. They are stressed out and anxious. Send them help. And now it's time for our top 3. In third, we have Virgo. They are feeling out of control in life, and they are a sign that loves to feel control, so this is really stressful for them. In second place, we have the lovely Gemini, but Gemini is ruled by Mercury, so this is just messing them completely up. So send your thoughts and prayers to them. And number 1, the most affected sign, is going to be Sagittarius. I mean, they are acting on impulses. I mean, they are stressed out and anxious. Like, this is not their time. Like, whoa, send help.
Attention, one of the zodiac signs was just kidnapped. Who was it? Libra! We're in Libra season 2, so wow. Anyways, Libra's been taken. Who were they last seen with, though? Virgo. Virgo knows something. One of the zodiacs declares themselves the investigator to crack this case. Who is it? Aquarius. Aquarius does have that amazing intuition, so let's see who their first suspect will be. Pisces! Okay, wow, this is tea. And their second suspect is going to be, let's see. This makes a lot of sense, because I just looked it up in the Astro app today. Scorpio and Libra, not that compatible. Just looked it up today. It's giving. Now it's time to see who ends up getting arrested for this kidnapping. Who gets locked up? Sagittarius! Now it's time to figure out who the actual kidnapper was. Was it Sagittarius? Let's see. Cancer! This is crazy, but Cancer didn't work alone. Someone knew about it and didn't say a thing. Aries. And our last question of the day is, who gets revenge for Libra and saves them? Gemini. Gemini said, you were not about to hurt my bestie Libra. Get up, and they saved the day and justice is served. The zodiac signs were having a fun little Christmas, and one of them got kidnapped. Who was it? Aquarius! So Aquarius got snatched. Anyways, who were they last seen with before? Gemini. Gemini is always involved in the mess, somehow, some way. Anyways, who's the investigator? Sagittarius. Alright, everyone, let's have some faith in Sagittarius. Anyways, who is our first suspect going to be? Virgo. Virgo would for sure kidnap someone, and you know why I'm so sure? Because I used the Astro app to write me a story about Virgo if they kidnap someone, and look, it is just, I mean, they would get away with it too. Alright, now it's time to see who our second suspect is. Who else is suspicious? Cancer. So we have Virgo and Cancer as our suspects, but who ends up getting arrested? Pisces. See, I don't know what Pisces did, but anyways, who was the kidnapper? Libra. But why would Libra... Anyways, who was the accomplice and knew about it? Taurus. Libra and Taurus working together? Okay, who gets revenge for this and saves the day? Aries. Okay, Aries ends up locking Libra and Taurus up and saves Aquarius. I mean, some would say that justice was served, and you know what? Period.
The zodiac signs were having a fun little Christmas party when this sign got murdered. Libra! Y'all, Libra is the peacekeeper sign, which means there's no more peace. Anyways, who found the body? Gemini. Y'all, I know Gemini freaked out finding that body. Anyways, who's our investigator? Taurus. So y'all, I will say I do trust Taurus, so let's see who their first suspect is. Capricorn. Okay, they would. Really quickly, I wanted to tell you about this fun feature that Astro has where it will literally write you any story you want. So I asked it to write me a murder mystery at a Christmas party with the Zodiacs, and it literally did. Like, go check it out. Alright, back to the second suspect. Who does Taurus think the second suspect is? Aquarius. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think it's Aquarius. It might be Capricorn, but who gets arrested? Cancer. So Cancer is locked up behind bars, but who gets it right? Who is the murderer? Virgo. Yeah, Virgo and Libra definitely got in a fight before their death, but who is the accomplice? Aries. Okay, yeah. Aries is the #1 sign you need if you need to murder someone. And our last question of the day is, who gets revenge for Libra and serves justice? Leo. Okay, Leo said it straight. Virgo ended up getting locked up behind bars. So if you're a Libra, thank your fellow Leo because they saved the day.
This is where I would seat the zodiac signs on the road trip so that the car doesn't, end up in a ditch and nobody dies. First up is Capricorn as our driver. They are not gonna miss a single exit. They are calm, cool, and collected. They're not gonna speed, and they're gonna get us where we need to go. Next is Virgo. They're great at navigating, gonna play everyone's favorite songs, and also if a fight breaks out, they're gonna be like, stop it.
Okay, in this first row in the back, we have Taurus, Libra, and Cancer. Taurus is going to be the snack champion. They're going to pass around all the snacks when people are hungry. Libra is going to keep the peace, and Cancer is going to be the emotional support system of the car. Next is going to be Leo, Gemini, and Sagittarius. Leo is going to be singing to the music. Gemini is going to be talking nonstop. And Sagittarius is going to be like, wait, what if we just took a detour right now? Like, this aisle is just chaos. And in the back, we have Aries, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Pisces. Aries is going to be kicking the seat. They're so like, oh my gosh, why aren't we there yet? Scorpio is going to be silently judging everyone like, okay. Aquarius is going to have their headphones on listening to their own music because they don't like everybody else's. And Pisces, they're going to be asleep, okay? Overall, I think that this road trip would get maybe 30 minutes down the road, and 30 is going to be pushing it. But, you know, 30 minutes is a long time for these 12 in the car. Today, I'm going to be ranking the meanest zodiac signs. I mean, some of these signs are downright nasty. Oh my gosh. At the bottom, the total sweethearts of the zodiac is going to be Libra, Pisces, and Cancer. Libra is literally the peacemaker sign, so duh. Pisces loves to empathize with people and put themselves in other people's shoes, and Cancer is very sensitive and caring, so yeah. And if you want to know more about why your zodiac is very nice or very mean, you can literally ask the Astro app and do what I did and say, hey, is Virgo nice? Is Virgo mean? You know, and it will literally tell you, so check it out. Next up, we have Taurus, Sagittarius, and Aquarius. Now, these three signs are starting to get a little mean, okay? Taurus can be very patient, but also very blunt. Sagittarius can be very social, but also too honest sometimes. And then Aquarius can be very nice, but also very emotionally detached, so like they kind of come off as mean. Next, we have Gemini, Leo, and Virgo. Now, these three signs for sure have their mean moments. I mean, Gemini is known as two-faced. I'm a Gemini, I can say it, okay? Leo has their little star shining moments where they're like, yes, let's talk about me now, okay? And then Virgo is just so blunt. They don't sugarcoat anything. Now, our third meanest sign is gonna be Aries, okay? They are so mean in the moment sometimes, but then afterwards they're like, maybe I shouldn't have done all that. Maybe that was a little bit too much. Wait. The second meanest is gonna be Capricorn. Now, they're not gonna be the meanest in the moment, but afterwards, if you cross them once, it's over. There's no getting back with them, so they're gonna be mean after the fact. And number one is Scorpio. They don't forget anything, and they are vengeful and sharp with their tongue, okay? They know what to say to hurt you the most. It is just, I mean, calculated. Also, let me know in the comments what you think I should rank the zodiacs on next, okay? The zodiac signs were having a lovely New Year's party when one of them got kidnapped. Who was it? Aries! Okay, y'all, so Aries has just been kidnapped, but who are they last seen with? Virgo. Virgo is just somehow always in the mess, I swear. But anyways, who's our investigator? Pisces. Pisces can read these signs like a book, so I think they're gonna do great. So who's their first suspect? Cancer. I was actually curious to see how Cancer would do as the kidnapper, so I asked the Astro app to write me a story about them kidnapping someone, and it says they would do an amazing job. Anyways, let's get back to this tea. Who is the second suspect going to be? Leo. So we have Cancer and Leo as our suspects, but who ends up getting arrested for this? Gemini. Oh, okay. So let's see. Was it Gemini? Capricorn was the kidnapper. Wow. Pisces, we trusted you. Okay, now it's time to see who the accomplice is. Scorpio. Scorpio and Capricorn? Oh, that's a deadly combo. But who gets revenge and saves the day? Aquarius. Aquarius saves Aries and locks Capricorn and Scorpio up behind bars.